My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 1st, 2026. It is exactly 5 a.m. So there's a lot going on globally, locally. So much is going on. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to focus on two things. I'm going to go over some quick issues that's going on around the world, maybe 2 or 3 tweets, and then some stuff about the Sussex Squad and Harry's speech. That might be a video by itself, so I came across the entire speech, so that might be a video by itself, and I'm not sure which channel I will be putting it. All right, so let's go on Twitter. We're gonna start with this. All right, let me make sure. Yeah, we're gonna start with this. I'm just gonna focus on this video only and then go to the next one. Absolute humiliation for the White House. CNN's top journalist Christiane Amanpour confirms Russia just completely shattered the U.S. naval blockade on Cuba. Putin sent a massive oil tanker right through America's backyard, and Trump did absolutely nothing. This is the same journalist who interviewed William when he went to, where was it, South America, regarding his project Earthshot thing. And that's where I learned William Earthshot is for profit. All right, so let's listen to this and then I'll move on to the next tweet. This is just to let you know there's other thing that's going on around the world.
Russia. All of this time has been spent trying to make sure that Putin does not win in Ukraine. So two things. Putin clearly, come on, how do you explain his sending a tanker full of oil, 730, whatever, however much it is, barrels, liters, whatever it is, oil to Cuba, defying a blockade that the United States has constructed around Cuba, a naval blockade, telling the Coast Guard not to intercept now this this Russian ship full of oil for Cuba, so that they don't just collapse because their grid is in real jeopardy. The hospitals can't operate properly. People are dying. It's really terrible what's happening on a humanitarian basis. So
maybe because I'm seeing almost the same tactic with the UK. Create a problem and then try to solve it. It could easily be that Putin told him to do it. And then let me get through. Manufacture it and to see Putin in a different view. Alright, but let's continue. Before I continue with what Trump just did to Cuba, I heard or I read on Twitter that there were some babies who were in machine to help them stay alive when they did that thing, when Trump did that thing and they lost power. They said all of the kids that were on those either ventilators or whatever that was helping them to stay alive, all of them died. I don't know if it's true, but I read it and I might have shared it in one of my videos. So let's finish with this.
I mean, Putin, he was clearly testing the US, right? In their own backyard. I mean, literally, that is one of the history's most incredible sort of lessons. The whole embargo in 1962 and who's going to bust it and who's going to take missiles there, the Russians and this and that, nuclear weapons and the whole lot. And now Trump allows them to go through. What is going on?
I have to admit, this one surprised me.
Okay, that's it. I don't want to continue reading any of this. Okay, so that's that. And by the way, during the Ukraine-Russia war, at the beginning, or when Russia was losing a lot of its military people, I think there were some Cubans who went and fight. They didn't even know they were gonna be in war. Okay, they told them one thing, and next thing you know, they were in the middle of the fight. Okay, in the middle of the war. So that's that. Let's leave it alone. There's more to come, and I wish I heard more from the guy, but the video stopped there. Alright, I'm sure it's on CNN somewhere or somewhere online. Next tweet. Okay, so this is also making reference to Cuba. Alright, Cuba is the nation that has shown the most solidarity with other nations in the world, going as far as helping African countries in the battle for independence. So today, we are returning the favor, Brazil. Alright, yes, even Haiti, they help Haiti with many different things. But let's listen, it's 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
During the MST, or Landless Rural Workers Movement's National Assembly for Urban Political Organization, the over 1,000 members from across the country took time out from the debates and meetings to plant trees in a symbolic event showing solidarity for Palestine and Cuba.
Cuba needs our solidarity. The Cuban people may be the people who have shown the most solidarity in the history of humanity. At least that is what I see in the social and political literature. This nation has shown solidarity for the whole world, with its doctors, its nurses, and its engineers. And it also helped in the African liberation struggles when it defended countries like Angola and Zimbabwe. And now these people are humbly asking for our solidarity.
The MST has had positive interactions with the revolutionary government of Cuba for over 40 years. Cuba has given hundreds of scholarships to medical school to residents of MST agrarian reform settlements, and in 2006 the Castro administration helped it develop and roll out an adult literacy program.
The MST has been an historic presence, helping us in Cuba now when we really need this help from friends. The MST is helping Cuba by sending medicine, and the MST is helping Cuba in food production. The MST is helping us here in Brazil and in Cuba to strengthen bilateral relations between Cuba and Brazil, and Cuba and the MST.
During a brutal hybrid war attack from the imperialist United States, the MST is working to show material solidarity with the people of Cuba while reminding the world of its ongoing importance in the struggle against imperialism.
A Revolução Cubana é inspiração para a gente estar dando continuidade.
The Cuban Revolution inspires us to keep going, even with the United States sanctions, even with the blockade. They are still resisting at all costs to maintain their sovereignty and their way of life. This is an example, not just for Brazil and the MST, but for people around the world.
Brian Mir, Telesur, Recife.
And you know what came to mind as well? When Trump was bombing those small boats that were in South America, but I think it was a way to show that the toughness of them. But when it's time to face another superpower, depending on how you see Russia, he backed off. So all these are performance to change. There's a shift that's going on. All right, so that is it with world. Now we're turning into Harry and Meghan type of topics. All right, there's more comment below. I just want to focus on that specific video, not the comments below. All right, so there's this, the first one regarding Harry. Harry is skipping the royal PR parade, can't blame him. Won't want to be seen near a family that protects abusers and call it duty. Alright, so that's a screenshot from the Mirror. Harry will not see King Charles during his father's controversial U.S. state visit. What was it? Not too long ago, something Smith, the American strategist, was saying that Charles better not come because they're gonna do things in terms of commercials and things, putting things on the wall for people to see what Charles is all about. Okay, so there's all of that. Okay, Sarah Ferguson's Deborah marked an Epstein file as friend of pedophile financier shares jokes with him about Andrew selling his daughters. Oh my God. Oh, so there's the thing with William. Prince William's Earthshot charity reported to UK watchdog after Epstein-linked donor reveal. Honestly, Harry never did say he was going to visit his father. The media made the whole thing up. That's true. This is up to Charles to ask Harry and Meghan for a visit, but all these attacks put on Harry and Meghan and the media using their children as a weapon is not helping. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. This is regarding British media. Okay, so let's pause. The UK media's attacks on Meghan disturb even other journalists. Quote, okay, don't forget he did this because too many repeated words. Because he had permission. You don't write an article about this. You don't write anything about a royal without permission. You don't do this. This the boss letting you. Alright, so 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Oop, what happened?
What the heck was he thinking by saying that? And how does he still have his job? Or am I
jobs?
No. Jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it shows the power that certain people have, and also the consumerism of degrading women, and also the violence against women. Because Camilla, the Queen consort or whatever, just had lunch with this person, and there seems to be a sign-off by these words being published in the Sun.
Okay, I think they're making reference to Jeremy Clarkson when he wrote the thing about dragging Meghan naked and all of that. That's the screenshot of it. So I think this is what they're making reference to. Alright, but let's continue.
That this is okay. And I believe Camilla has an initiative about protecting women or the endangerment of women. And this seems like something volatile enough to constitute the endangerment of a woman who, BT dubs, what has Meghan Markle done?
I know.
Like, honestly, what has she done other than exist and marry a man that you don't feel that she's deserving of? Because at the root of all of this, that's what it's giving.
I think we all know what Prince Andrew's done. I wonder if there's an article about him.
Right.
I'm very curious.
I also have to say, like what Erica said, when you hate someone on us, I get that he's a provocateur. I know who he is. People are like, oh, he says stuff like this all the time.
But he doesn't write op-eds.
Right, and when he says this about someone who already has that much vitriol, when you hate someone on a cellular level, even if you're joking, again, where was there the fight between these two people? What did she ever do? So what Erica is saying really truly is and you said it before, they're proving her point. She does nothing and they eat her alive, throwing excrement at her as she walks.
I didn't read that part.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
But it's important. It's so dirty and vile and violent. And you can say I'm overreacting, but I think it's reckless for someone who is a target. Like
I have the same visceral reaction as you two.
I think we can lose sight of like who, obviously all the vitriol is directed towards this person, as it should be, but don't forget he did this because he had permission.
Yes.
You don't write an article about this. You don't write anything about
it's in the Sun.
The royalty without permission. You don't do this. This is the boss letting you.
Wow, very good discussion. So that's about the Jeremy Clarkson thing, I'm assuming. Okay, who are they talking about? Alright, about Meghan, Jeremy Clarkson, and yeah, that's it. Jeremy Clarkson inciting violence and threatening the life of Princess Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, immediately after having lunch with Camilla and Piers Morgan. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. So this must have been old, but they posted, when was that? They posted yesterday, but the original recording must have been old because Jeremy Clarkson thing was like maybe 2 years ago. Next tweet. Alright. We don't give a F what the Daily Mail or the Derangers think about us. The fact that they write about us proves our power and effectiveness. Alright, let's see here. So okay. Damn, that Zandie just got completely annihilated and exposed by the Daily Mail. Don't mind me celebrating. Okay, so I think in one of the videos I did yesterday, no, I'm posting it, I'm uploading it right now. This video, okay, there's the certificate of Zandie. The squad gave themselves a certificate. Go check this video out. I'm putting it out up right now. So this is what they were making reference to. Is it individual? No, it's one image. I'm so excited to share that. I got a ticket to the girls' weekend with Meghan. Okay, you could pause and read it. It's a bit small for me. Alright. So the Australian woman who routinely spread online bile about the British royal family, about the British royals, and has shockingly described the Princess of Wales as fake. Okay, I don't know, but they're making reference to one of the squad. Okay, you are all globally ridiculed for the lies you spread, but sure, sell that as winning. Alright, there's Jodifa. Do you really think we care what you people think? There's that. Let's see here. Arrested development. Au contraire. Not giving a F. What you people think is a superpower. Let's pause this. No one has done more damage to Meghan Markle's reputation than the vile Sussex. No, we defend her viewpoint. Meghan didn't ask us to do it, but we just see the stupidity. I'm telling you, this world is upside down. The stupidity of the royal VATs in the UK, the British media, they cannot stand the fact that there's a pushback. They wanted to do their thing quietly and nobody say anything to discredit them or put them on blast, saying what you're saying is bad. Similar to that video that I just showed you. This is another pushback. What did Meghan do for this guy to come out of his way to write this bile thing about Meghan? So they wanted to do the nasty thing, the thing that's going on in the Middle East with Israel. They want to do it freely. The savagery of these people, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let me read this and then move on. Okay. What lies, sweetie? Prove they are lies. Furthermore, all press is good press. I love it. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm telling you, the world, it's unbelievable. Upside down. Next week. Thanks for telling us you're threatened by the Sussex Squad. The Daily Fail is only cementing how effective we are and cutting through to their bottom line. I mean, Sussex Zandie alone is making it y'all squeal. Okay, they're talking about Sussex Zandie. Again, go back to this video. There's the certificate the squad gave Sussex Zandie. Alright. Scandal strike Meghan Markle's $3,000 Australian Girl Weekend. Sussex Squad Lieutenant who said the unspeakable about cancer-stricken Kate is handpicked for retreat. I didn't see that thing, but whatever. The power Sussex Squad has is unmatched. So proud to be a member at OMG. I remember seeing article from the taxi British press bullying her for removing her personal IG account. The fell even look up her property records. What? Lord have mercy. This is awful. She lost her baby. Oh my God. What? Of course she needed time. Just sick what they did to her. What in the name? These people are vile. Okay, let's see here. Jackie O's bestie Gemma O'Neill mysteriously deletes her Instagram page and goes to ground. So when was this? 27 March 2026, couple days ago. Talent manager removes Instagram page ahead of joining forces with Meghan Markle. There. Okay. So let's listen to this and then move on. Here's Gemma O'Neill speaking about the bullying and intimidation she's been subject to by the British media and Derangers. This is how far these people will go. There's this. The good news is she's still very much looking forward to interviewing Princess Meghan, and it's shaping up to be an incredible weekend retreat for everyone attending. If anything, targeting people like this only builds more support for Harry and Meghan. Well done, toxic British media and Derangers. You know what that reminds me as well? What they did, what's that charity in the UK? That late Sussex, no, not Sussex, something about, okay. It's a charity in the UK. Okay, let me pause and look. It had to do with William's godmother. What's the name of that charity? The charity I think is called Sister Space or something like that, to help people. What does it do? But anyway, there were an issue with a charity in the UK. when she went to, I think, Buckingham Palace, and they dismissed her, asking her where did she come from or something like that. I think she was born in the UK, but they kept on asking, and when she brought it up, and then the media went after her, the charity. I don't know, I haven't following that much, but this is what this is giving me, the vibe. When one of them, because it's a tag team, when one of their own don't like somebody, they all go after them. And then this is the same thing I think is happening here. Okay, so let's listen to her. I didn't explain the thing properly, but hopefully when I'm editing, I will explain it better. But so pretty much with Sister Space, what happened is there was an event that was happening at the palace, and then I think William's godmother said something to the black lady. I think it's where you from or something like that, and that went on social media. People were upset about it, and then the Derangers went after her until I'm not sure if the charity's closed or she stepped down or something like that. So yeah, that's what I mean by tag team. The thing happened in the palace, the Derangers went after her, and she had to do what she had to do to either step down or close the charity. I'm not 100% sure. Let's listen to this.
So I wanted to touch on something briefly around stories that you might have seen that have been written about me. And I actually wrote down what I wanted to say around this, because I do feel like I'm probably not the sharpest right now with how I'm feeling. So I know you might have seen the media coverage about me recently.
So you could understand how Meghan felt when she was in the UK, when she was talking about her mental well-being. But I think now, I'm not sure everybody have the same mental capacity to see what they're trying to do and to be mental strong to navigate through how the tabloid usually attack people. But at least they're displaying their tactic. They've done it to Princess Diana. They did it to Meghan. Now this young lady here. Okay? So this is their tactic. To attack you mentally, and then in the physical aspect, in ways where they don't physically do it, but they put words out there for someone else, the possibility of someone else to do the job for them. This is pure evil. This is pure evil. And look what's happening in the Middle East. Almost everyone of position of power to do something about what's going on in the Middle East, they all stay quiet. These people cannot be like human to allow devilish thing to take place on this earth. All right, let's listen to her. Let me start it all over again.
So I wanted to touch on something briefly around stories that you might have seen that have been written about me. And I actually wrote down what I wanted to say around this, because I do feel like I'm probably not the sharpest right now with how I'm feeling. So I know you might have seen the media coverage about me recently, because there's been a series of stories that have been written that, to be honest, are pretty hurtful and in many parts inaccurate. And I need to be clear here that there are legal reasons why I can't go into detail, which is why I haven't, and it's also why I won't. But what I will say is this, is that I stand by my integrity, I stand by my work, and I stand by how I've conducted myself in business over a very long career. And what's been particularly hard is seeing assumptions made about things like me apparently going quiet. But the reality was that I was receiving a level of online abuse that was quite frankly disgusting and felt very scary. And so I made the decision to step back from my personal Instagram to protect my mental health while I was pregnant.
Wow.
Obviously, since then, I've been going through something very personal with the loss of a baby.
Oh my God.
None of that has anything to do with me having something to hide. It was about me taking care of myself during a very difficult moment. And I guess what I think is disappointing is when reporting crosses the line from journalism into something that feels far more like creating noise or even bullying. And that's just not something that I'm ever going to engage with.
Before I forget, I guess in that level of her losing her baby, there's a connection here with her and Meghan. They both experienced that. I don't know when that happened to her. I don't know if it's during the bullying online. At least there's a connection here with Meghan, because Meghan had lost a baby as well. But let's continue.
I know who I am. The people who matter in my life know who I am. And that matters a lot more to me than a clickbait headline. So I'm not going to give it oxygen beyond this, but I just wanted you to hear directly from me. So as I mentioned earlier, on a personal note, given that I'm feeling, a bit full of grief right now, I'm going to take a little break from the podcast, which I really hope you guys can understand. I just need to have a moment to process and heal, and I guess just let it all out. Now, of course, I know we still have our Her Best Life retreat coming up in, just over 2 weeks. And honestly, with how I'm feeling right now, I really can't think of anything more special than being in a room with our community, because our community are the most beautiful, warm, loving, friendly, fun group of people. And really that's something that I feel like I'm going to need in my life in a few weeks. So
yeah, I think she needed it. It would be perfect discussion. It may not be public to discuss it with Meghan where all the other people will be there, but at least privately I think it would be a perfect one-on-one type of discussion where they support one another, and that aspect alone. And then the other thing that I'm seeing here with her experience, and the thing that Meghan, Harry, and many other well-minded people are going through, there's that pull and push that going on here, the tug of war. I don't want to blast it out there, but this is my vision, my perspective, what I'm seeing. You have those negativity people that's going around, just spread misinformation, vile, anything negative, they'll spread it. Okay, to hurt people, feeling, physically, mentally, all those things. And then you have Harry and Meghan along with people like her that doing the pull away from the negativity. So it's up to us. We still have time. We still have time to make a difference, even though we're seeing more of the negativity that's going on. Okay, that means many of them are scared. They realize their power, they're losing their power. So I hope people are getting it to get back into the balance of things. All right, so let's continue. I hope I make sense with my analysis here.
I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing all of you there who are coming. Obviously, I'm very much looking forward to interviewing Meghan, Duchess of Sussex too. I have been in awe of how she handles all of the public scrutiny she receives as well. So there's a lot that I want to ask her. I know that the team are trying really hard to get some more last-minute spots. So if they do open up, make sure that that you've registered if you're interested. So I'd really love to see you there. I look forward to seeing you there. And please forgive me for taking a little break and for probably the somewhat somber podcast this week. I know it's probably not like the normal podcast, but I wanted to explain what's been going on for us. So thank you as always for listening. And more than ever, can I please say to all of you listening, each of you individually, please go and find your joy.
Yeah, I think with her experience, she's the perfect person to have whatever they're going to have in Australia with Meghan. Perfect discussion. And now on a personal level, they're going to touch some bases. And it might bring some pain to Meghan, what she was feeling when during her ordeal. Okay? But at the same time, when she looked what God have given her, there's Lily, the joy that she has. So I don't know, I'm not her, but I could see the connection here. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. I didn't know this tweet was gonna be about that, but hey, next one. Okay, so there's Zandie, the Sussex Squad, who said that whenever she's gonna go to the retreat, and she's gonna share as many content as possible with us, with the rest of the world. Okay, fame at last. That's her right here. Fame at last. So that's the laugh. Thank you, Derangers and toxic British media. It means more and more Australians can see my posts saying you infected our shores and you sucks. All right, so there's that. Zandie Sussex, you trending. There she is here. Okay, there's me here. Girl, your power. No way, laughing my ass off. Earned it. Let's pause this. Well, it was expected, and I'm here to celebrate my bestie with the world. Alright, they tag Daily Mail. Your greed and your fixation with Sussex's is biggest enemy. There's the laugh here. Now look, okay? We want more awareness on how you treat Harry and Meghan to keep making these pages trend so that more people get to see how sick you really are. Alright, what? I can't be more pleased for you. Okay, what they meant for evil has turned around for your good. The so-called exposure is validation. They will not come after you so hard if you were not impactful. Yeah. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Now, this is King of Spain and Queen of Spain. Alright, so let's see here. King Felipe and Queen Letizia are quickly becoming my second favorite royal couple. He is so proud of her and loves her, and she loves him back. You can tell these two are having sex. Of all things. I didn't expect the last two words. Alright, so there's a music I muted. Then they say she was a journalist or something like that. Okay, damn, he's very tall. He has to bend down to look at her. Can you hear? Okay, so the whole thing is music. So there will be screenshot in between. Even if I was hearing her speaking, there's no way I will understand. I don't understand Spanish. That's nice. I'm thinking as well, I don't follow them for me to say what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It could be because they see how Harry and Meghan are, you know, the touching and all of that, so they're doing it too. I don't know. Only people and who's been following them could see the shift. If they used to do that before, or all of a sudden they started doing it. However, when was that? I'm aware of, which I've spoken about it before, where the king have been teaching his daughters, especially the one in line, because I think they have two daughters, the one in line, in terms of public speaking. Okay? And also, I think one of the daughters is at the university in the UK. So they're boarding the mind of their children to not just fixate it only in Spain. The other thing that came to mind when I saw that post is the thing that's going globally. Okay, this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is a fact. It could be some of the thing we are seeing happening globally, the white supremacists that's happening, is to either, okay, bring those people back into people's the countries, the Caribbean that they used to take control of. It may not make sense. I could be 100% wrong. Or where if they were gonna try to go back to where things used to be, when kings and queen were the head of state and things like that, they make the rules. It could be they were going back to that, but those mafia type of people, you should know who I'm talking about, are preventing them from taking it back. Because in many other tweets I have said, when you look at the British media, the way they are talking, yes, they are friendly with the royal family and the royal family are okay with them, but it's a way of a self-destruction to make the people go against them. So either way, if the kings become back into where it used to be back in the days, if it goes this way, the papers will still be fine. And if it goes the other way, where the mafia types are taking control of things, the papers will still be okay. Okay, because they pandering to both. But anyway, I may not even make sense with what I'm saying here, but whatever. Alright, that's the Laffy LOL. They don't see each other much. That's why they get along well. Okay, so I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I could feel like because the way Harry and Meghan are when they are in public and the squad, you know, who's cheering on and cheering them up, they probably see that and they want to do it too. So only people who have been following them could see the shift. Did they used to do that, or all of a sudden they're doing it now? Alright, I wonder if she's creepy and controlling. Okay, I don't know about that. Alright, so from this point on, okay, I'm almost done. Okay, I talk too much. It's 35 minutes. Prince Harry's fan. Alright, so there's this here. Prince Harry's father's friends and their media are crying that Harry's supporters are too effective at debunking palace lies, and that if Harry really wants a relationship with his father, Harry should silence his supporters and himself against palace and unnamed sources lie. I mean, they don't control us. Alright. As a matter of fact, I haven't been online that much. I haven't posted much about okay, this is just a thing here. I haven't posted much on my community board about the Harry and Meghan things. And they can all do one. We will never be silenced. Hey Queen, we'll allow Harry to silence us when Chucky silences the toilet paper tabloids, their trolls, and the overall voivoda rats and reptile. When they stop, we'll stop. It's as simple as that. We love Harry, but if we aren't defending him or Meghan, we are willingly hating the British royal family and BP on our own free will. I'm originally a Diana supporter. I was one of the younger generation that knew about her because I watched her funeral and researched her as an adult. Nope, not going to happen. We won't stop until they stop, period. Alright? What they hate the most is that 10 years into the smear campaign, Meghan and Harry are still rising while they booze they wanted for Harry and Meghan are happening to them at every outing, plus they are hiding a nuns in plain sight. Okay, so there's more comment. That's that. Let me go to the next tweet. Okay, so now this might be a new video because it's Harry's speech thing, I think. Making reference to Harry's speech. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. The next video that I'm gonna do is gonna focus on Harry's speech. It is 3 tweets that I have for the next video. So Harry's speech is about 21 minutes, and then what is this? The next one after that, let me see if I could squeeze it here. Okay, so it's talking about Harry doing things. Let's leave that for the next video. And the last one that I have, oops, wrong one. I miss a lot of numbers. I want to make sure, should I squeeze this here or the next video? Okay, so it's still making reference to that. So that will be in the next video. Unless if I see some new things. Let me pause. Alright, let's do this really quickly. I'm going to add it to the video that I'm recording right now. I didn't know my husband was working from home and I just saw this. So let's listen to Erica.
Answer. Prince William is an unhinged lunatic and very violent. The British royal family is garbage. What's next, Daily Mail? What's next?
Oh my God.
Because you all have been doing this weird thing with us for years. The threatening, the NRDMs, the crying, the whining, the Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad. And y'all too ugly to be in our faces anyway, so I really don't know. This is not the best transactional relationship. But this is the reality of it. Number one, if this Australian trip doesn't break them, then trust me, there's other things that will break them that Harry and Meghan are doing. Mind you, this is all a private citizen level trip, handling their business, a lot of closed door meetings. This isn't 2018. This isn't a royal tour. This is 2 people that you helped push out of England, and they are out here living their best lives.
Exactly.
And you're somehow mad that Meghan and Harry and Archie and Lilibet and Doria have supporters, because that's not what you wanted. You spent billions of dollars in trying to get this hate campaign going, and all you got to show for it is a sick princess Not with cancer. Something's wrong with the bitch. A sick king and a bunch of malcontents who are just sitting there twiddling their fucking thumbs waiting for the next engagement.
Something wrong with the
We
bitch?
can't relate to that. We can't. You sit on our lives, listen to our personal business at times, which we're nothing compared to Derangers. Not them bitches over there with sepsis and fucking other people's husbands. That ain't never going to be us. But you found a way to try to poke at us, not realizing you made us who we are. Bitch, we're not snakes, we're owls. We have a 100% kill rate over here.
Oh my God, she's 100%. This is what's good with
I
this
don't want to put too much gold on that. So what's next for you? Because y'all done everything. You want to knock on my door? I want you to. I got my husband something really cool for Christmas, and I want him to try it, and you will be the perfect test subject for that. So please come knock on my door. Don't leave me waiting. Come into my house. Y'all know that song by Queen Letizia. Anyway, I'm so bored with the British media. Like, fuck off. Leave us alone, or don't leave us alone. Stick around and really listen to us, because you will be surprised at how you're the ones wasting your precious time trying to get the world to hate Harry and Meghan.
It's not gonna happen.
And by the way, if you're going to get mad at us about conspiracy theories, then go take your ass over to the morons of Reddit who think that Lilibet and Archie aren't real, that they're not human, and said that if they are human, they have every right to see them. Grown-ass people asking to touch little children. You are in the wrong area trying to figure out what's going on. And you're mad that Sussex Squad members are going to be at the retreat. Not infiltrate, because infiltrate means that they broke in and they got in there. No. You're just mad because you can't get in there. That's what you're mad about. And you're not over there talking to the Derangers who are lying and saying that they got a ticket.
Because they can't afford it.
How are you over there trying to get into a room with someone you claim you don't like?
Pure deranged.
I got questions too. Come on now. We're just matching energy over here.
Oh my
and
God.
you're mad that we do it better than you can. Anyway. Daily Mail, go suck a dick, okay? Bye. Hilton never had.
She's on fire. She said something wrong with that bitch. Okay, well, talk to your shit. Genius. And I'm still laughing at that y'all too ugly to be in our faces anyway. That's the laughing at the genius from a beautiful lady. She got up. She wanted to do. Okay, I have to give the computer. That's the rest of the comments. You could pause and read. Oh my lord. Alright, so that's that. Let's leave it as that. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
Thank you.
love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.